Thanks so much for joining me. Today is the Get Ready With Me video. If you saw my previous video or one of the previous videos about the CHANTECAILLE sale, today I'm trying everything that I mentioned on for you, including skincare. I'll be doing side-by-sides. I actually have two different base products on, two different eyeshadows on, two different blushes on, and make sure to use the discount code. It's listed also in the title as well as the description box. So if you'd like to see everything in action, please keep watching. Okay, I just got out of the shower, washed my face. I'm gonna spray this on. This is the Pure Rosewater. So if you've never tried CHANTECAILLE, this is an iconic product for them. It's not a rose scented water, it is distilled rose petals. I'm gonna show you gold versus bio-lifting line if you'd like to see the difference. So I actually ran out of the bio-lifting plus, one that comes in a little container like this. And that one is one that you can apply under the eye or any area where you want to just soften lines. So let's go in with this first. So there's some depuffing and cooling here. You've got a roller ball on the end. So it does have a nice, just on contact, very cooling effect. It's really nice consistency. And then let's go in with this 24 karat gold energizing eye cream. Looks like this. You can see the interior. And it comes with this little gold applicator. So we're gonna take a little bit of that. I love this when I know where it is. It's a little bit hard for me to keep track of these smaller items. I have so much skincare, but if this is the only product I had for eye products, then I would definitely be able to keep track of it a little bit better. Again, it's a nice cooling sensation under the eye. This one addresses fine lines, dark circles, and puffiness. And then there's some on the lid here. Actually, if you have a new one, just make sure that you use all of the stuff. A little goes a long way. That's what I love about CHANTECAILLE products. Yeah, I don't have to replace them often. They last a long time because, like I said, a little goes a long way. We're gonna go in with the Bio-Lifting Serum Plus right here. And then we have the 24 karat gold serum intense. So this one will apply on this side. This is the Bio-Lifting Serum Plus. If you saw the previous video where I talk about the differences between both of the lines, this is a bio-lifting line. So you'll feel that there's a nice moisture to this, there's a viscosity to this, and this claims to help with vertical and horizontal lines. I'm just gonna sweep up like this. This also has a firming aspect to it. It has a nice dry down to it. And this also claims to address age spots. There's also blue light protection. So a nice smoothing kind of feel on the face. So right away I can kind of feel it working. And then let's go in with the gold line on this side. This is the 24 karat gold serum intense. It's got gold pentapeptides, which decrease wrinkles, hexapeptide, which improves smoothness, and it's got a night repair enzyme as well. If brightening skin is a goal, then this addresses skin brightening. It's a little bit different consistency. It's more fluid, not as viscous. Also claims to lighten skin. I'm gonna film the video after this where I talk about the differences between the two. If you wanna hear more about that, that will have posted previous. But of all of the skincare products in terms of creams or serums, then I would start with the serums because typically the most potent ingredients are in here and they're closest to the skin. So that's why I like to try the serum first in a line. My skin is nice and moisturized on both sides. There's a bit more of a stickiness to this side. It's not sticky, but this one again is more fluid. This one's more viscous. So I do feel the results of the texture of each of those products. While we are letting that absorb for a moment, I'm going to go in with the lip potion. This one is a great conditioning product for more intense hydration. Can be used overnight. I'm gonna apply it now. Well, of course we'll do makeup. When we get to that part, my lips will be nice and hydrated. So whenever I do a video, I like to start with this if I remember. So by the time I get to the lip application portion, it's usually nice and hydrated. Here we've got the Bio-Lifting Cream Plus. This claims to reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, deep hydration, plumping. Here's the inside. And again, this has a tripeptide in it that promotes firmness of the skin, which is why it fits in this bio-lifting line. And they recommend this for dry skin, especially for those in cold weather. And this is the one that my mom loves. She will stock up on this during the sale. She's always asking me, when is there a sale? And this is the one that she has tried to replace with other products while she was waiting for a sale and is never happy with anything else. So I know she's definitely gonna stock up on this one. And my mom is in her 80s now and she still takes care of her skin. That's how we learned about skincare, was from my mom. So I know she would highly, highly recommend that to you. Then we've got a couple of products here from the Gold line. This is the 24 karat gold cream intense. It's a cream texture. It addresses firming and luminosity. And then we've got this one, which you can see I have loved very much. It's a more of a balm texture. This one's infused with 24 karat gold as well. This one addresses lines, wrinkles, and dullness. So this is the balm. So you can see the difference here. It's a much thicker consistency, which I really like for more intense hydration. I usually will use that at night when my skin needs some help, but we're gonna go in with this cream version, the first one I showed you. Oh wow, I definitely need to open another one. I'm almost done with this one. This feels more dense than the BioLifting cream. So if you're looking for more intensity, and this has become my favorite new cream by Chantecaille. And I wanted to mention this. This was out of stock for a long time, but it's back in stock, it looks like. This is the Advanced BioLifting Plus Massage Tool. They recommend using this on top of moisturized skin, which is where we're at right now. And then using upward motions. These roll. So I used to think they were static, but they do roll, and you can use it in an upward motion like this. And you can see there's a solar panel. It's because there's a low level microcurrent here. And of course this promotes a nice lifted, fresh appearance, and it's cooling as well because of the material. And then as soon as I finish up with this, I'm gonna go ahead and let my skincare just really mesh nicely with my skin, because otherwise makeup can kind of slide around on top of my skin if the skincare hasn't been fully absorbed. So I'm going to let it fully absorb here. Then we'll go ahead and continue with makeup application. I also ran the Dyson through my hair. I think it's been about 30 minutes at least since I applied skincare. So let's go ahead with the next step. So if you like a no makeup look and just want enhanced skin, so really not worried too much about evening out skin tone, just want a little bit of a filtered effect, this would be a nice option. So we've got both of the Sheer Glow Rose Face Tint, and over here we have the Sheer Glow Gold Face Tint. So I'll apply them side by side so you can see. Got the rose gold over here. I have this liquid sculpt brush, we'll use that. I applied this recently in a video and I applied a lot of it, so you can get quite a bit of glow if you like, or you can go more light-handedly. Has a nice dry down to it. So just a sheer layer like that. Like I said, you can build it up. Let's add a little bit more just to the front. And I'm going to apply it under my eye as well. It's a little, what I like to do just to brighten and illuminate. So this is great for a no makeup day and maybe a skip concealer. That is the Sheer Glow Rose Face Tint. It's a product I just applied on the left side. And then over here, I'm going to go in with the gold version of it. This is the Sheer Glow Gold Face Tint. And you can see it's more gold inside. So this time I'm gonna apply it with my fingers. I only have one of those brushes. Over here you can see it's a cooler tone with a rose glow. And then over here you've got a warmer tone with a gold glow. Both beautiful, I love them both. I use them for different occasions depending on if I'm going cooler or warmer with my makeup. Also what I'm wearing too, so if I'm wearing a warmer color, I might go in with the gold, or if I'm wearing a cooler color, I might go in with a rose. So if someone really loves a sheer coverage, so if you love like a water fresh tint kind of coverage, this is even less than that because there's no pigment really, it's just these reflective particles. Not sparkly, but they just give a glow. And then going in with a concealer. So this is the Camouflage Stylo in 4C. I use this for under the eye mostly. This has a built-in brush, and I love that because it's really easy to travel with. This is a travel staple for me. I'm going to go under the eye and then also on my dark spots. So as I was making sure to research all of the details on these products, even though I've used them for a long time, I always learn something new when I read more detail. It says it has a brightening botanical ingredient. If you're my tone and looking for a shade that will help combat dark spots, this has some slight peachiness to it. Speaking of the, I know this is not a Chanel video, but speaking of the Chanel Water Fresh tint, this has a very similar amount of density of pigmentation as that. So not super dense, it's more fluid, and that fluidity helps it look really natural on the skin. So you can see what a difference the Camouflage Stylo makes under the eye and on the dark spots, because it looks like I could be almost ready to go, just a little mascara on brows and that would be it. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this helps reduce the look of puffiness under the eyes as well. So that's why it's called the Camouflage Stylo Anti-Fatigue Corrector Pen. So definitely I need to stock up on this. Clip it right here for a moment, just so we can apply the Just Skin Tinted Moisturizer. So I've got a couple of shades here. I would have swatched both of them in the previous video, so I am way more tan than I normally am. Yeah, I got very tan right here. So I've got this. This is a foundation and mask brush, and we'll just apply it with that. This is Wheat. Oh, did I not show you? So this again is the Just Skin Tinted Moisturizer in Wheat. This does have SPF 15, although I have to say it's not enough for me, so I would not rely on this for SPF, but there is SPF 15 in here. This is hydrating, it's smoothing. It really just makes the skin look like your skin, but better. It definitely has a warmth to it, and it's matching my neck here better than my face. My face has more neutral tones in it. What I love is it does blur really nicely. I can definitely see it's even warmer than my natural tone over here with the gold. So that's how warm Wheat is. So I'm gonna lean in. You can see how pretty that looks on the skin. Now on this side, we're going to go in with the Future Skin Foundation. That's the one in the cushion like this. It looks like this on the back. This pops out, and then there's a backup in the box. So make sure to keep the box and then keep that sealed until you're ready for the next one. So I'm gonna use the same brush, but I'm going to use the other side, and then I'll show you the difference. Okay, I accidentally applied a little bit of nude. I thought it looked a little pink. So nude is actually a great shade for me in the winter, but Wheat is a better shade for me right now. If you want a concealer that matches the texture of this, then nude is the one that works well for me as a concealer. Just for spots, not under the eye. And it is the only one that I can really build up nicely without it looking like it doesn't work. And I think it has to do with the tone of nude. This is a water-based foundation. This is lightweight, perfecting, and the reason why there's a little elephant on the front, if you noticed, is because this helps support the Sheldrick foundation for orphaned elephants. Okay, so you can see there, it has a little bit more of a satiny finish. So anytime I need a really well-performing product, something that's going to last a long time throughout the day, I will choose this one. It just is the most perfecting, most beautiful foundation. So you can see the difference there. We got the Future Skin over here in Wheat, and we've got the Just Skin Tinted Moisturizer over here. You can see I concealed before, so it actually looks okay. I don't really have to conceal that much more on top of this. I don't normally do that, but again, my dark spots are getting better, so I don't have to worry as much. As long as I stipple makeup on, we seem to be okay. Another thing I do is I avoid applying foundation right on my nose. I feel like it's one of the more obvious places to see makeup is right here, so I just kind of apply makeup kind of until this area. This is more of a waxy kind of pencil. This is in Oak Brown. Just add brows really quick. And I'm just being really careful to not add so much to the beginning part of the brow. It's really fast though because it's got this wedge shape to it. But you can do more precise work like this. Just like that. Okay, I don't know if I remember how much I like this product, so I'm gonna lean in. I was able to draw little individual hairs at the beginning of the brow there. So if you want something that's gonna be fast, because this wedge shape allows you to fill in really quickly here, and then turning it on this side where it's more pointed, like the top of the triangle. Sorry, it's really hard to see. The top of this triangle, I just flipped it over and then was able to draw in those little itty bitty hairs at the beginning. Going for a very natural look. I forgot to powder, so I've got this Perfect Blur powder. If you've been here before, I haven't used it in a while because I've been skipping powder, but on an occasion where I need my makeup to stay, I like to powder just here. This is a Buff and Blur brush. I have several of these. Right there and then right here. That's it. Right next to the nose, under, chin, and then in between my brows I can get shiny. So anywhere that I know I get shiny is where I'm gonna powder. So I'm gonna powder a little bit on those brows just to kind of keep them in place and keep them from being shiny looking. I don't love shiny looking brows. Like shiny as if you can see the makeup on the skin. I don't love that. And then again, just skipping the powder on my nose, but on the sides I'll powder. just so I have a little bit of glow on the bridge of my nose. This is the light medium. Also, I've used this as a foundation of sorts. I'll skip foundation altogether, or I'll go in with the rose glow or the gold glow, and then I'll put a little bit of the Camouflage Stylo on for concealer, and then I go in with this, and then that's it. But this is one of the not one, there are several products that I feel like no one has matched Chantecaille. This is a really great example of that. I've not seen anyone else do a powder like this. The closest I've seen is the Sisley, but that has more of an olive tone to it. But this one is just nice and brightening and smoothing and perfecting. It definitely blurs, which is what it says it does. I'm gonna take two brow products just to show you. There's a brow gel in dark, or actually there's another color as well. This is one of the brow products that has color to it. This one's in dark, and then this one is in, it doesn't say clear, but this is clear, so I'll show you both of them. This is a more light to medium hold, not a super firm hold to the brows. So it depends on the brow type. Mine are quite coarse, so it doesn't hold them as well. So you'll see a little bit of hold there for them. I like to just fluff this through to give a bit of volume to those brows so they're not sitting flat against the skin. And then this over here, this is dark. This is great, especially on this brow for me. I have a little white hair in my brows now, so color brow gel is a little bit more important now for me. Let's go in with eyes. So I'm gonna start with a very basic eye. So we're going in with an eyeliner. I really love Black Forest, this one, but I want to show you something that I think will work better with the shadows I'm going to use, but that would be my recommendation if you want a color. But we're going to go in with Earth. Earth is this lovely brown shade. I'm just gonna line my lids first. Here, really close to the lash line. This is the one in the kit too, so I'm gonna do that combination if you wanted to see it. Hopefully that's still available. I think it's one of the best sets online. Just a really great basic eyeliner. These are one of my favorite eyeliner formulas. Now we're going to go in with this shade. Used to be Rowan, it's now Mustang, and it's got the Mustangs on the front. It's a really pretty color. Going in with this Chantecaille Shade and Sweep brush. This is what it looks like, by the way. It's a luminescent eye shade, and each of these luminescent eye shades benefit a wildlife conservation effort depending on the animal. So they've got things like pangolin, elephant, cheetah, giraffe. So this has a bit of a glow to it. So we're kind of going for it here. This is my level of comfort with glow. So there's a little bit of intermittent shimmer there. You can see it. And then I wanted to show you another one. So these are the Mermaid eye shades. So this is for someone who really doesn't want to spend a whole lot of time on makeup, just wants a little bit of a something, but not super obvious. It's like a really soft cream, not creamy, but it's like a blend between powdery and creamy finish. You'll see it just lends a nice glow to the eye without adding moisture to the eye. There are some products out there that are more like a gloss for the eye. This is not that kind of product. It's more of a powder, but it also has a creaminess to it. It's really lovely. It reminds me more of those updated like next generation type eyeshadows where there's a creaminess to them. Same idea. This is the Mermaid Eye Matte in Sylvie, named for Sylvie Chantecaille. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add mascara so you can see what that looks like with mascara. We've got here the Fossil Longest Lash Mascara, my favorite mascara. I'm gonna say of all time. I really think it's so beautiful. It's really volumizing if you like volume quickly like I do. Just gonna add a couple of coats here. That's one coat. I'm gonna add a couple of coats. I'm gonna turn the air conditioner on while I'm doing that because it is very warm, and then we'll finish up the makeup. Okay, I'm just gonna do a couple of things I normally do when I do eye makeup. So I'm going to go in with a brightening pencil. This one is by Chantecaille. It's the Brightening Eye Kajal. This is in Nude. Just a quick swipe here. Definitely brightening, so going easier on that so it looks more natural. This is by Victoria Beckham. I'm just going to cancel that redness. And then going in with Clé de Peau in the exterior corners, just to clean it up. I'm gonna add a little bit more of the Camouflage Stylo right under here as well, just because now I want to match the intensity of coverage, because now I have more coverage on my face from both of the foundation products. Let's go in with blush. So I have a couple of the new blushes here. I used the one that's more of a terracotta shade in a recent video. We'll go in with the Delight and Euphoric just so you can see them both. These are 2 of the 3 new shades of their cheek gelées. They're really pretty, very natural. So that's what they look like. Let's go in with Delight first. That's the lighter of the 2 shades, this top one. So it's got a little bit of warmth to it. So you can see they're very second skin-like. It's really pretty. Okay, we're gonna go in with the other shade, which is Euphoric. This one right here, it's more intense. I'm gonna take just a little bit. We're gonna do that as a pop of color right here. I love layering blushes. It gives a little bit more dimension to the blush and then allows for intensity like right here versus right here. Okay, then I'm going to go in with a powder blush, one of their Philanthropy blushes. This one is in Butterfly, and I wanted to show you this because this one can be sold out quite a bit, and it also looks like it won't work on me because it looks so light, but I wanted to show you. It does show up on medium skin tones. Really pretty. So if you like a blush but want it more subtle, this is a really pretty one. Just have a Ray Morris brush here. My favorite, I gotta say my favorite blush brush. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of the type of blushes they have available, like a powder blush. One of my favorite traditional powder blush formulas. I think it's still so, so pretty, even though it's not a new product. A lot of the newer products tend to be more glowy, more plumping like this. Very pretty as well, but if you want something more traditional, it's still one of the most beautiful blushes I've tried. But yeah, you can definitely see the difference the way the light is bouncing off the skin. Okay, let's go in with this as our bronzer. This is the Bronze Face Tint. So this actually I can use as a foundation. I know it looks really deep for me, even though I'm tan right now. When I am actually more tan, this works well as a foundation for me. It does a really beautiful job of filtering, and it has a beautiful dry down. Here's what it looks like on. I'm gonna use it as a bronzer today. So you can see, even though it looked quite intense in the container there, when it's on, it's very subtle. And it does have a lovely warmth to it. So it's not a cool color, it's definitely got a warmth to it. Like it's almost the same color as my hand, my very tan hand right now. So there's a difference with bronzer, without. Very, very subtle. So if you wanted to see this, this is the lip balm, the Rose de May lip balm, and it has just like a slight pinkiness to it. I'm gonna apply that in case you wanted to see this on. It's really comfortable. It's one of the most hydrating lip balms that I have. There's a slight glossiness to this as well. A little bit different than the Lip Potion, which is more, it's got like a, it's not dry, but it's not a glossy kind of feeling. It's definitely more of a balm feeling. This, however, has like a glossier feeling to it. Okay, so now that we have that on, we have a lot of moisture. I'm gonna have to remove some just to apply the lip liner. And this is in Natural. It's one of my favorite lip liners. You can see that it just kind of warmed up the exterior. So I have a natural lip liner, or not a natural lip liner. I have natural coloring that looks like I have a lip liner, like a cool lip liner. So I'm just using this to cancel out that coolness so that when I apply the next product, it will look more even, because this is a Lip Chic. Let's go in with Bourbon Rose. It's my favorite one. I've gone through many, many of these. So we've got Bourbon Rose right here. I'm gonna add a little bit of this new lip gloss. They have some new shades here. So this one is in Glimmer. So I don't pick up the lip color, I'm gonna apply it here. And just to the center. I'm going to go ahead with this. It's multitasking. That's what I love about these Sheer Glow, either rose or gold face tint. It can be used for many different purposes, so we're gonna use this as a highlighter today. Apply that to the tops of my cheekbones. And bridge of the nose. We're gonna go in with something that I think really represents Chantecaille. This is Derby Rose. So usually rose would not be a fragrance I would gravitate towards. I love more citrusy scents, and jasmine would be more of a preferred floral note. However, I have to say, this one smells like a rose flower, and I do love the scent of a rose flower, just because I think they were able to capture the essence of a rose and also the green elements of the rose, including the stem. That's why, to me, it smells like something fresh from the garden. It's just a fraction of what I have in terms of Chantecaille skincare and makeup, so if there's something that you want to see swatched, I'm happy to do that. Just let me know. I will post it in the community tab, so if you are subscribed, thank you so much. That should pop up in your feed. And if you are not subscribed, you can still find it. I think you have to go to posts, but if you do subscribe, it will show up automatically. So do let me know if you'd like to see anything swatched. But that is it for today's video, so please take care of each other, stay well if you enjoyed this video. If you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.